So recently, Skilltree stopped by with a little business offer. As of right now, no one has a shop on this server, and we figured we could be the first ones to sell sand and gravel. And then we kind of kept thinking and figured, well, why don't we just sell like a lot of building blocks. So down here, I got a bit of a mess of shulker boxes, but they're just filled with a lot of the kind of grindy building blocks that would all be very useful. And these ones currently aren't full, but we're getting most of the way there. So together, we've been collecting some resources, and he's tasked me with actually building a shop. And because we're actually the first ones to build a shop, we kind of get to decide where the shopping district is. So I've marked out a big area. Over there is spawn, and right next to it, we have quite a big kind of flat-ish area that's conveniently near my base. But this area here could be pretty nice as a shopping district. But I thought it makes sense because it's right near spawn, and we got our mini game over here. So right now, I've marked it out with the best color wool. I think people will at least be able to tell that this is my shop. And we're going to be calling our little business venture Block to Go, because we sell blocks and we're definitely not obsessed with Chapel Road. But before we get working on this, I've actually got a little anecdote. While gathering all of these resources, a lot of them, like this diorite, were found in the big cave underneath spawn, the cave we keep coming back to. And every time I go down there, I always end up finding at least one diamond ore. Like, I must have gone to that cave at least like 20 times by now, probably more, and every single time I swear I found more diamonds. So I've actually ended up with a stack and 54 deep slate diamond ore. And it did kind of get me thinking that maybe I could do something with this, like a little bit of a shop, but also kind of not really. And I know you're wondering, how can you sell deep slate diamonds? Who's gonna pay for that? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see about that, but it's just an idea I've been floating around since I've kind of accidentally come into all of this diamond ore. Like, I wasn't even mining for it. So, as you can tell, we got a lot of stuffs.
Yes, I've
been doing some collecting. We've got a few more to go, but we can do that soon. I wanted your opinion on the location.
I think the location's good. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and size as well. So I was thinking we do Block to Go. I was thinking we do like a scrapyard, and like there's just like different piles of all the materials. So that's why it's kind of large.
To the pile.
Yeah,
so
you go to the pile.
What it is.
Pretty clear what it is.
I quite like that idea, but can I show you a spot where I think it could be a bit better instead of here?
Yeah.
Instead of sort of building in the middle of this area, I'm literally just walk there because it's just easier. Just up here.
Oh yeah.
Sort of just out the way with.
Yeah, that makes sense actually in the corner.
I just feel like this little area here would be a bit better. Like if you go in F4, you can sort of see where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll have to cover up that hole.
No, I use this hole. This is how I get to the big cave from my base. I just fly up and boom, straight in the hole. Yeah. Oh, there's a creeper.
Straight in the hole, eh? There's 2 creepers. There's 3 creepers.
Whee! Oh, sometimes the trident takes the weirdest course back. It shoots over my head.
Dead.
Whee! Anyway, what's your thoughts on this being the shopping district as well? Like, obviously, if I build this here, then it's definitely the shopping district. I was thinking this flat area, like this side of spawn, and then also maybe this island over here, just like towards the dodgeball. Yeah, it's not very flat.
It's not a huge area.
And also maybe the ocean.
Think about the size that everyone else has built. If I just fly over here, I think I may have found a half decent area. If I just land here,
alright,
and go in F4.
It's flat. We'd have to remove trees, but like that's not the end of the world.
There's water around. There's a lot of nice flat area.
Yeah, it's not crazy far away.
I think that could be it.
We can kind of just put the shop anywhere here then. It's all very flat.
I mean,
what about just like here?
Yeah, there works.
And I'll set a I'll do a portal and all of that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put the portal over the beach over there.
Good portal design.
Yeah.
Should I leave that one to you?
Where the hell? Gimme.
I didn't pick it up. Don't make me do it again.
Okay, bye.
That's what I thought.
Block to Go is officially open, although we're not quite done yet. We've got all of our stock, or most of our stock. Few of these are missing some stuff, but we're most of the way there. And I think it's looking pretty nice. And I think in the context, of the shopping district, it should look pretty good. Obviously, we're the only shop here so far. Hopefully with this release, we should get a few more. Oh, and yeah, my armor trims have changed. I think they're looking pretty good. I've got an invisible helmet texture pack, so it only shows the actual armor trim. So I've got like a little diamond crown. It's pretty cool. And I went with blue on the bottom. And I'm not going to be changing it to netherite. I like the diamond, and you literally don't get anything for the netherite other than it can't be burnt in lava. I ain't going anywhere near lava. But with this, we have one more thing to do, and that is a sign. We need some kind of sign to say this is Block to Go. And that way, once we get a few more shops around here, a big tall sign should hopefully stand out. So I've got an idea. I think I want to use some banners. So let's get it in. Here we go. Just some final banners. And let's have a look. Yeah, that's looking awesome. I went for green because I thought it would stand out a little bit. And I was looking at this and I didn't want to go with browns or blacks because everything here is just shades of grey except for the grass. So I thought, you know what, lime green will do. And I should get another 3 for the back there. Oh, and ignore this one. Definitely didn't mess up the first letter. On top of this though, we also need just like a regular sign because that says BTG but doesn't spell out Block to Go. So we need to have that written down here somewhere. I'll probably put it here maybe, I don't know. Here we go, Block to Go, now open. And again, I went for lime. Although with these shaders it actually doesn't really look lime. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've looked at Minecraft without shaders. Yeah, it doesn't really glow lime, it's a bit more yellow, but you know what? It works. So we go. Block to Go is officially open for business. So with Block to Go now done, I want to return to my base. I've been collecting some resources for another building. We just need a few more copper trapdoors, which is why this is over here, and I need that one, so thank you. But once that's done, we can start building. Why are you following me around? Please sit. There we go. Turns out I need to light up this place a bit more. What I was gonna say is we have our final trapdoor, which means we can get building. And I'm using light matica for this one, so it should be a pretty simple build, and there's not a crazy amount of resources. Although I do have to move the dogs first. I'm not really sure what to do with these guys, but I love them. Well, I can't get rid of them. I just don't know where to put them. Maybe I can build a little dog sanctuary. So here we have it, a beautiful new building, and I really like this build. I'm loving the mud and brown mushroom block color palette mixed with the jungle, a little bit of brick. It looks so nice. It's all very like red and brown and orange, but it's just a really nice color in my opinion. It's quite neutral, but it still stands out from all the grays and works very well with a lot of the existing wood types. And yeah, we don't talk about the interior. Hey, at least it has a roof and a wonderful balcony where you can see into the other empty interiors. Adding this building though really makes me think that we need to sort out this floor. None of the floor is included in the schematic, so I have to like put that in after, but I think with these two here, it really feels awkward without the floor, so I think I'm gonna have to start sorting that out. And in building this, I've somehow lost my trident, and I think my shovel, I have no idea what I've done with them. And I've looked through my entire storage system, it's not in any of my equipment chests, it's not in my equipment shulker box, this is where it would be if I put it away. So I literally have no clue what I've done with it, but that's really annoying because that's literally like the only trident I've seen on this server. I don't think anyone else has one, and I think that's literally the only one. So I would really like to find that. Plus it has an incredible name. But anyway, I think I've done enough building for today. Let's do something a little bit different. So yesterday I was playing around with this armor stand mod where we can just mess around with the armor stands and create some like cool poses and actions and things. And so hold on, how do I... Okay, so yeah, I was messing around with that and I came up with this? I've got a skeleton in my gas station. He's just sat on the chair, looking very lovely. I think this is such a cool detail, adds so much, like, I don't know, it's just so fun. And I just came with it on the spot. I was just messing around. I was like, I want to use these bogged heads to make like some kind of skeleton somewhere. And I ended up putting him, originally he was like down here. And I was like, wait, I could just put him in the chair. And it looked a lot more natural. So yeah, we got a skeleton just in the gas station. And as you're walking by, you can kind of see it. And it looks really cool. But it inspired me. Why not I just add more around? One thing with this is I've always wanted like zombies or something. You know, Minecraft can't really have zombies all the time. You know, it's not always nighttime and it comes with other mobs at night. Whereas this is a pretty good solution. Now, I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want millions of these and probably causing a lot of lag and just being quite distracting. But I've got these heads here, so I figured we could try and make something work. Hi there, guys. Oh, you're over there as well. Oh, also, I'll get to those. Oh, give me a bottle. Let's do more over here. Great. What the heck? Why is there so many? Oh, there's another one in this hole. Oh, they're actually doing a fair bit of damage to me. And to each other. Okay, back to what I was doing. I think it'd be funny if we had a villager being chased by some zombies. Oh, right now they're actually holding hands. Oh, well, this is sweet. That's very sweet. But I think there is a zombie pose in here somewhere. There we go. We got two very ferocious zombies. Look, I only had enough leather for one of them, so yeah, this guy's missing pants, but we'll get to that eventually. Also, I think I want to slightly rotate him just a little bit so he's facing the villager a bit more and moving forward a lot. There we go. This is looking a little bit better. Just lots of little tweaks. That's what we're doing. But this is super fun. This just adds so much to Minecraft. I love it. Yes, right now I want this guy running away with his hands in the air and looking absolutely terrified for his life, because he should be. This is looking awesome. I love this shot here. This is brilliant. I love this. And I've spread it out a lot more than I had before because I thought it just made a lot of sense, and it just makes it kind of look a bit nicer. Kind of uses up the space a little bit more as well. And I also moved it over slightly so that it aligns with kind of the center of what's to come, because obviously don't have all of the buildings here right now. But yeah, I might slightly tweak this every now and then, but for the most part I'm happy with it. I did think maybe like a backpack or something could be quite cool on this guy, like he's a scavenger, he's gone out to find some stuff and ended up bringing back a few zombies. And if you have any other ideas of what could possibly go around this base just to add a little bit more life to it, leave it in the comments and that'd be really helpful. Something I did think about was up here. Maybe we could have someone like sleeping up here or just like eating bread, sat on the bed eating bread or something like that. Maybe cooking over the fire. Just little things like that that add little details and little bits of life to the base. I did just have quite a funny idea. What if there's someone just like hanging from that? I just think that would be a fun little detail, but I don't know. I don't know if it would fit thematically. So then about these trees, I tried my hand at a custom tree. I think it's alright. Came out alright. I built this in creative and used Matica because I can't even build custom trees in creative, let alone trying to do it in survival. But yeah, so I built this one tree, made a schematic of it, put it one there, one over there, and then there's one over there. And then it does get a bit of a view from above because they add just a lot. Bit of foliage, just kind of makes that skyline just look a little bit nicer. Gives me a bit more control over the trees around here, and I'm gonna add a few more because these are really successful, and I'm gonna do a few other designs. I'm thinking like 3 designs scattered about, you won't really notice, and it means that I don't have to suffer as much. Oh my, I literally just put these here and I thought this was a zombie. Am I gonna be jump scaring myself? I feel like I'm gonna do that a lot, aren't I? Hello little guy. How have you got here? I'm just gonna leave you. I have no idea how you spawned here, but good luck. Have fun. Anyway, I'm over here at the industrial district, or as we like to call it, the oil rig, because last episode we built these big pillars in an attempt to kind of ground this build and just make a start on it, to be honest. That's the hardest part. So now I want to go back through and just detail them a little bit, add a bit of texture, add a few lights here and there because I really like these lights, but you know, can't really have torches just lying about here. And probably remove this stone stuff and maybe like connect it up a little bit. I do kind of want to think about how I'm going to make this platform look less ugly, because right now it is slabs and it's, yeah, kind of ugly. And it is also one layer thick, which might look a little bit weird from this view, but I don't know if I want to bring it down or just try and bring it up. Something to try and thicken this edge and just thicken the platform so that again it looks a little bit more structurally sound. So I've got a little shulker box here. I think firstly I want some of this stuff. I raided a little bit of a trial chamber, so I'm just going to bring all of these. Might take some copper grates as well, and I'll take my honeycomb as well. But then on top of that, I want blackstone. Oh, I'm going to need to mine some of that. I'm wondering mud. Oh, don't have a lot of that either. Okay, and texture. Oh, gosh, I'm going to have to mine a lot of mangrove, aren't I? Some iron bars will definitely be useful. And chains. Just various kind of structural blocks. Okay, I think we should do a little bit of gathering first, and then we're good. Right, to get this started, I'm just going to go around this edge here and just add in blackstone. I think this is going to be the easiest one to just get in real quick, and then we can start seeing a difference. And to be honest, I don't really want to texture like all of this, so I think I'm just going to do like kind of this area, and just hope that because of the depth of the water, you're just not really going to see it. Oh, jeez. That scared me. Where did you come from, good sir? Texturing this is a little odd because I feel like most of this would be this kind of rundown version and not the like nice polished version, because it is an oil rig and it's just going to be like in deep ocean just getting battered constantly by waves. But I just don't think that this looks quite as good. I like the pattern that forms when you have this polished variant. So we're going to take a little bit of liberty with it and have mostly polished. Maybe it's quite a new oil rig, I don't know. Oh, and I've tweaked some settings with the shaders. So like this water now looks a little bit more Minecrafty and it's a little bit less turbulent, and I think I quite like that. There's a few other things I changed as well, so if you notice anything slightly different, that'll be why. There's nothing dramatic, it's still the same shader pack, and I'm really excited for the new vibrant visuals. When that comes to Java eventually, that'll be so nice. As I've said before, I love the vanilla looking shaders that just add a little bit to the game but without changing it completely, and that's exactly what those are, so it's really exciting. Okay, let's take a look at this. It's there. I mean, it's kind of difficult because there's only one layer that's actually above, and then underneath there's very little texture, but I think every little helps. Maybe let's take a look without shaders. Oh gosh. Without shaders you can see it a little bit more, which I guess is a positive. But yeah, this is looking alright. Let's pop the shaders back on. I just want to add some mud. I think the easiest way to do this is actually just going to be going through with dirt and then just doing that. But yes, that's exactly what I need. And this is actually a really easy method of doing this, particularly because I'm in an ocean. Way better than having to place them all, convert them all, and pick them all back up. Also, side note, this place at night, really nice with the shaders. This looks cool. It feels so industrial, I love it. It actually reminds me of Cars 2, which is a great film, by the way. Gets way too much hate, but it's so cool. Okay, so far, changes not crazy obvious, but now I want to move to the red, where we get to use up all of our lovely mangrove supply. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this, because I don't think that this is really the best mix, and wow, that mine's fast. But since mangrove is slightly darker than the red terracotta, I think I want to place it kind of towards the bottom, so it looks like this is the area that's getting hit by the sea, and so is wearing away a little bit, is a little bit wet, so it appears darker. I've got to be honest, this is not my favourite texturing. It doesn't feel right. Maybe from a distance. From a distance it ain't bad. Hello. Ow! Die! Thank you. I want to get a look at it during the day. Not much better. It doesn't actually change that much during the day since this whole area is just under the dark. So I think I'm gonna leave it for now. Maybe adding some of these other decorations might help. When adding these torches, I knew I wanted some kind of like waxed exposed copper bulb to be the light source, because these are just like, they just fit so well. And so I think I'm just gonna add this, like, the exposed variant around every side. Because to be honest, I think this is too bright, this is too green. Whereas this blends in like quite well enough. So there we go. But they still look a little bit odd. I do almost wish they were a bit brighter, because I like how the torches shine upwards. Whereas these are a little bit duller. They don't really shine upwards. What about some trapdoors? Yeah, I think it just gives it a little bit extra detail. Although I don't actually have that many trapdoors like that. And now that these are like a little bit dimmer, this might actually allow for spawning, I don't know. But that would be quite annoying. Right, now I want to add like something to connect these two over this middle. I think, what are we going to do? About there? Let's have a look at that height. Yeah, that feels about right. Can mob spawn on this copper grate? I was just thinking like this kind of maybe needs to be lit up. But anyway, we want to add slabs along here. Let's texture this a little bit. And then some iron bars. And hopefully this looks like an adequately thin and dangerous walkway. Yeah, I like it. And walking up here is really cool because you can just see through to the ocean. I like it. And of course, the oxidized doors. Why do I kind of like the green for that? I think I'm going to stick with the green for that. And then maybe I put some chains here. It's not going to connect to the roof because haven't done that yet. But yeah, that just gives that a little bit more detail. Maybe we put chains along the whole thing because this does look a little unsupported. So maybe it could also be like hanging just to help it, give it a bit more support. There we go. That's looking lovely. And with this repeated on all the others, it'll look real nice. And I love walking across this. This was definitely more interesting from like a player perspective than a distance perspective. And then we have these doors. So these are going to link up. So you can go like all the way around because we do need some way to get to the top from sea level. So I think one of these pillars or maybe all of the pillars could have like just some way to get to the top. That'd be really nice. But I think for now, that's one pillar done. I might think of a few more details here and there. But other than that, I just want to repeat all of this texturing to the other areas. Shouldn't take too long, right? Right. Everything is now fully textured. We've got it on both sides and it's looking lovely. There's also a little visitor here. Have you come to enjoy the oil rig? Yeah, I know. It's got some very lovely views. Have a closer look. What the? Okay, we got some vanishing llamas. What the heck? Where did they go? Anyway, weirdness aside, this looks really cool underwater. That is so cool. I've textured everything, put in all the walkways, all of that stuff. Very simple. But I've also added this little white strip. Just adds a little extra detail. I'm currently drowning. And I kind of fixed the issue at the top where it doesn't connect. I just put a ring of tuff and it does cause like circles on the top. But I think I'll hide those eventually. They shouldn't be too big of a deal, even if I don't hide them. They do look kind of cool. But I also say kind of fixed because it's just a weird lighting issue, even without shaders. Slabs are just weird. Slabs always light weirdly, so there's not much I can do about it. We just kind of have to put up with it. But I think, for the most part, I can call these pillars done. We don't have an entrance to the inside. But I don't really feel like doing that now, to be honest. So instead, I'm just going to remove these little bits of scaffolding. Oh, also, found my shovel. It was just in a random shulker box. But I haven't found my trident, so I have no idea where that is. Oh, nice, I found my trident. I guess it was just in this barrel for some reason. Also a 3 ender chest and 16 firework rockets. Nice. I think I left it in here when I was building this building. And I just like put them in here so I had more inventory space. Well, glad I found that because that is the only trident on the server as of right now. Plus, I love its name. It would hurt to lose a trident so wonderful. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We did a lot of building today. It's been a little different, but I had a lot of fun. It's been nice just to focus on getting some buildings done and making a little bit of progress. And next episode, I really want to make even more progress. I'm going to say it now. I think I want to get 3 buildings in. So that should be super fun and we'll start seeing a lot of progress happen.